Today on Seat 11A, we are joined by Andrea Behrendt of ZEAL Network SE to present the company's Q1 2026 financial results. In this presentation, investors will receive an update on ZEAL's quarterly performance, customer growth, developments across lotteries and games, as well as the company's latest strategic initiatives, including the expansion of its charity lottery offering. We are very pleased to have her here today. Andrea, the floor is yours.
Welcome, everybody, and happy that you're joining us in listening to our Q1 results of ZEAL Network. We want to share here the overall performance of Q1, and we start with that we had a weak jackpot situation in Q1, but nevertheless, we were able to grow our revenues, improved our gross margin, and had an EBITDA of 50 million. That was also shown the impact of our increased marketing and investment in our growth initiative. Additionally, we worked on our strategic diversification of ZEAL and expanded our product offering also into Traumautoverlosung, so a car raffle. So that's really the foundation where we work to make ZEAL independent from jackpots and target new audiences with our products. Jackpots, like I said, is always the core of the context for our results. Q1 26 was unfortunately a poor jackpot environment. We had no peak jackpots and we had very low average jackpots, even worse than last year, because last year we at least had a 112 million euro jackpot achieved in the first quarter, and this year everything was far below. Despite that, we were having a very good performance in the first quarter, and let's deep dive into the financials here. So we see how our revenues overall grow 6%, and that's a great achievement. Like I said, in that weak jackpot environment, builds up from slightly increased billings, but it also improved gross margins and a higher number of active customers. On the marketing side, we increased our activities by 13%, and that's really a great achievement because within our boundary conditions, we were able to acquire significant number of new customers. And that's investments into our growth for the future of ZEAL. On the bottom line, we generated 15 million in EBITDA. It's lower than previous year, but like I said, it's a deliberate investment in our growth ambition and diversification of our offering in ZEAL. If we have a closer look on the lottery billings, we see that they grow 1%. By the way, the market decreased in Q1, so we at least outperformed the market here. And we see that this came mainly driven by the increase of monthly active users by 5%. And these users that are live on our platform in Q1 spent an average 57 euros per month. The second part of the growth drivers is the customer acquisition, so new customers coming in. And we acquired 270,000 new customers in this quarter, 11% more than last year, and that is clearly showing that we are able on getting more and more independent on jackpots and are also acquiring significant number of customers in these weak jackpot environments. The costs were with 53 euros and 80 cents, although the core business of our brokerage business was 46 euros. And then on the other portfolio area of our business, it's games. Games segment grow on the revenue side by 14%. And that's thanks to improving our games portfolio. So we have more and more games live. We are currently over 740 games live on our platform. And also we invested and launched additional product features that resonate with our customers. And now to the social lotteries. And here I will give you an update on Traumhausverlosung, so the Dream House Raffle. Since 2024 mid-year, we launched now 8 houses. We are in house number 8. This year we already raffled out 2 houses, one on the island of Mallorca and one in Föhr in the north of Germany. We are currently raffling out our 8th house. It's on Chiemsee, so lake house on the south part of Germany. And the new kid on the block is the Traumautoverlosung. So we are extending our charity lottery offering to premium cars. This was just launched now in April, and we have a fantastic car that we are raffling off. Car that actually exists just 5 times on the planet. It's a Porsche 911 GT3 RS in a very specific color, as you see the green here. And yeah, we are just kicking it off. A ticket costs around 10 euros. And we are excited to get traction with that product and really also deliver against our strategy here on diversifying the offering of ZEAL. And if we look on the strategic focus areas that we are committed to deliver in 2026, we have on the strengthening of our core business, we delivered gross margin of 17.8%. We delivered 274,000 new registered customers despite weak jackpots. And like I said, we are diversifying our offer with Traumautoverlosung. So we are on track on that topic to deliver. Second one is also on track. It's Traumhausverlosung with the Dream House Raffle, where we already delivered 2 draws this year, and we are targeting 6 raffles for 2026. And also on the game side, the portfolio is growing, and the Billings growth is on track to deliver here as well as we planned to. Our guidance for 2026 is also unchanged, despite the weak jackpots that we had. Of course, we are expecting still jackpots to hit, and therefore our revenue guidance is 250 to 260 million, and the EBITDA expectation is 70 to 75. On the midterm guidance, also nothing changed. We are still expecting revenue growth in the mid-teens, double digit, and on the other hand, a sustainable EBITDA margin of over 30%. And with that, I want to close Q1 presentation for ZEAL, just iterating that we had a strong start in 2026, really diversifying our business model and making us independent from jackpots, acquiring more customers than ever on such a weak jackpot environment, and really continue our strategic investments, and here with the launch in Traumautoverlosung. And with that, thanks a lot for your interest in ZEAL, and we will be happy to share soon our Q2 results.
Thank you, Andrea, for guiding us through ZEAL Network SE's Q1 2026 financial results. Despite a weak jackpot environment, ZEAL continued to grow its customer base, expand its product portfolio, and invest in long-term growth initiatives across lotteries, games, and charity products. You can find this video and many more management presentations from listed companies on seat11a.com. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you back soon on Seat 11A.
Disclaimer. As described in the legal section on our website, seat11a.com, this publication is for informational purposes only. This means it is not intended to provide you with any investment advice. Any opinion or recommendation expressed by the companies is neither given nor supported by us and should not be considered investment advice from our side. Also, remember that any opinion or recommendation expressed is subject to change without further notice. The content is obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, or timeliness. Seat11a.com and its employees disclaim all liability for any loss that may arise in any form from any use of the information in the video, audio, and on our website. We neither express any opinion on the future value of any security or other investment vehicle, nor recommend any investment based on the information provided. Please consider the publications and our website as a platform for companies to present themselves. You need to seek financial advice from an expert regarding the accuracy and appropriateness of the material presented or recommended by the companies in the publication. As we are just considered a publisher, we may hold and trade securities in the presenting company, whether it is a listed or private company. By consuming our content, you agree to these terms and the terms in our legal section on our website.